What is up, guys? Give me the video game scientist from VGBootCamp here with
Apostle, the video game player.
Alright. Well, as you guys probably already know, us along with Justin from SmashCon and the team announced a Smash World Tour, and we just wanted to make this video to just tell you guys how excited we are. A little more lax, a little more fun, just us being ourselves and having a good time. And by the way, I just want to throw this out there. You know, a lot of you guys have been asking about gamerslab.com. I hope you understand now why there hasn't been a lot of progress on it, and I haven't really been giving you guys updates. I've been pretty busy working on this whole thing with these guys, so just please be patient. I will do my best, and I'll let you guys know when I actually have some progress on it. We just got off a few interview rounds with different people like ESPN and stuff. Justin Wachowski was here. He just left, and we thought, why don't we just make a video a little more casual, just tell you guys how excited we are. Maybe a lot of you don't even know, you only know me as the guy that makes Smash tutorials. Maybe you don't really know our history in the Smash community and everything. So we just kind of wanted to talk about it. So we started streaming events in 2009, a long time ago. Whoa.
You're getting ahead of yourself.
Okay.
You gotta forget why we're called VG Bootcamp. You can't just start there.
Oh, good point. Well, it kind of goes back to tutorials. I don't want to do that.
Well, we started VG Bootcamp basically because when we heard about esports, basically he heard about competitive Smash through Smash boards.
2004. And
then we were still in high school, and then we both ended up going to our institute together. I'm a year older than him, so I was in college for a year, but then I quit going to that college because I didn't like it. I went to Art Institute with him because I went for game art design, he went for animation.
Mm-hmm.
Our idea was get all these skills we need and we'll start doing our own games and stuff like that, and also maybe get jobs in the field and stuff like that. But in the middle of it all, we found out about we started getting more entrenched in all the things coming out of grassroots competitive stuff. We saw Spooky's channel, we were inspired by that. We saw MLG existing in general, and we're inspired by that. And we thought, how do we get more people into this? We saw all these other things being done. We were like, what can we do?
And by the way, this is before Twitch, probably even before Justin TV even existed. YouTube came out in 2006, so right,
this is 2007, 2008 area.
Yeah, so this is right after YouTube came out. You couldn't even monetize, so we were just trying to figure out how can we grow the Smash scene.
So our thought process was more people would stick with it, because we went to our first tournament, got destroyed. I didn't stick with it, he stuck with it a little more. And we were like, what would make people stick with it? And our logical conclusion we came to, even though, life doesn't always work logically, was that if more people could get better faster, they would stick with it because they could see themselves in the competitive running. So we're like, how can we help people get better faster, stick with being a competitive player?
And then we realized we thought guides was the answer, and it's something that we still want to do. It's just an incredibly complicated beast to attack if you want to do it right.
As you can see from your video, one thing I'm very proud of my brother in is when he makes videos, he tries to explain a concept down to its smallest facet. So it's just a really good way of learning information, because even though it covers stuff a lot of players already know who are going to tournaments and stuff, if you don't know these things, it doesn't assume you know them. Thus it gives you the background you need to understand the higher level concept.
And now imagine that, but applying it to all the basics of Smash. It's a huge project. In about, I'd say in 2009, we ran our first tournament called Brawl Till You Fall, and that's when we started getting into streaming, because we thought that's the future to get people to watch. But still, there wasn't a lot going on. The FGC, that's kind of when the FGC blew up, though. That's when they were really getting bigger, and we were really inspired by Team Spooky. So we started going to events and streaming them, going all the way back to Pound 4. They let us stream it and record it because we went out of our way to go and find 30 CRTs. Our mom's garage became the East Coast CRT storage. So it went to Pound, it went to Apex.
The funny part about that story is we ended up getting over half of our TVs from all the Blockbusters that were closing at the time. So that was the same time Blockbusters closing down. We were like, let's just see if they're selling their giant CRTs.
They pretty much gave them to us for free, right?
No,
it's $20.
I think it was it was very cheap because they're big CRTs. They were back then those were $300, $500 TVs, and we were getting them for less than $100. So it's very good deal for us. but we had to take them out of their little
they were up in the
cases
corner,
hanging from the ceiling.
It was
not easy.
I can't believe they let us do that. That was such a risk because if we
Liability,
got hurt, we could have sued them.
They were already bankrupt. I guess they
Good point.
Yeah, they're like, we're out of business. We can't
go any lower than this.
Blockbuster, who's that?
So when it comes to the idea of a circuit, we've always wanted to do something like this, even before Smash was big. And I don't know if many of you remember this, but back in 2010, we tried to run the VGBootCamp circuit in the U.S. And this is back when we were completely inexperienced. We just had the dream, the vision, and the passion. And because of this, people thought we were like a bigger company than we were. They thought we were just workers for this corporate CEO guy.
Oh yeah,
it was so funny.
We did such a good job being professional that they thought we were like some big company. Like anyone who just saw us like posting as VG Bootcamp on Smashboards, they thought we were some like company trying to like take advantage of all the money in the Smash community. And it was really funny, but it was also for a reason. Grassroots scenes were very protective because back then there were a lot of people who were just out there to make a quick buck, who would like say they were putting on some $10,000 or $5,000 tournament and then not pay.
It happened sometimes. It wasn't.
It happened around the time we started, which is why people were associating that kind of thing with new names and things existing. So we ended up renting a room in a convention center in Indianapolis as our first event. We were just planning each event. Our goal was plan one event and then do it and then start planning the next event. There was no real organization.
I'm just embarrassed because remember, I was like I was 20. You were 21. We were still very young and very much did not really know what we were doing.
Oh, we didn't know what we were doing.
But anyways, MLG thing got announced, so we kind of just were like, all right, we'll just stop because even if we were pushing forward and doing a really good job, we can't compete with MLG.
Well, yeah, that actually saved us kind of because it was like we did Pound and we sold food, sold shirts to make money because our deal with Pound was we'll just provide a bunch of equipment if you let us stream it and sell food and shirts. We invented all attendee names on a shirt for Smash. That was the first shirt like
We're
that.
so original.
We had to take all the money we made and we lost all of that
at Indianapolis.
So we kind of like started back at square one after that, and we're like, ugh.
Yeah, and to give you an idea of like where the Smash scene was at in 2010, Pound's peak viewership, Pound 4 with all the best players in the world, was 2,000 viewers. So we were infinitely smaller, but me and Matt still believed, although we can't make money off YouTube, there's no, we kept switching stream sites because there was no, real, central stream site like Twitch at the time. We just kept pushing forward, and we just kept doing events, and every event we just did at a loss because we were like, come on, one day. And at the same time, we were going to the events and competing at them too. So it kind of gave us an excuse to be able to go to events and compete at them. Because we felt a lot of pressure from our family too at certain times, that we weren't doing good enough. So we were like, no, but we're doing this business too, and it's gonna go somewhere someday. Trust us. But we had a lot of support too from certain family members.
We really had faith because in a lot of ways there was not a lot of evidence to back up some of the risks we took, but we believed.
And this is why we were in a prime spot because we were doing it before there was any even inclination that it was going to go anywhere. So when the Evo Drive happened, of course we were the biggest channel at the time. So the final Spirit Bomb happened on our channel. We helped everyone involved with it. We were very much a part of it. Bam! We hit 100,000 viewers at Evo. Oh my goodness, it was crazy. A few months later, documentary drops. So at this time, we're already doing a ton of events. With the popularity with Evo, we just kept going out to events and streaming them as much as we could. And then the doc dropped, and we knew we had to push even harder. Even harder. So every weekend. And since we had already done that much so far, we were already in a position to be able to continue going forward because again we were already doing it before there wasn't even a chance that we would be successful. So we did that, and then in 2014 we both were able to go full time, and then we just kept pushing forward, working our butts off. And this idea of a circuit has always been something we've wanted to do,
right, in a very real way, not to talk about sad things, but in a very real way. Smash 4, we were kind of primed to do this in Smash 4. But at the beginning of Smash 4 is when the thing where our mom, she got dementia happened. And it was unfortunate, but we had to we really did have to focus on that because, no matter what way you look at it, it was a 24/7 job taking care of her for that year when she was living with us still. And we just weren't able to make the move where we feel like there was possibly an opportunity at that time. But because the first year of Smash 4...
It was the first two, really.
Well, yeah.
Till the end of 2016.
So it kind of made us unable to use the drop of a new game as like the stepping stool to the next level.
And at the same time, there was a lot of other people trying to make it happen, and we were like, with VGBootCamp and everything going on with Xanadu, our mom, we just were like, all right, you do it. And it wasn't an easy task to complete. So multiple years, a lot of people tried to make it happen, and they just couldn't, and that's understandable. So we kept talking about it, we kept working on it, but then at SmashCon 2018, we were packing up, and we heard Justin from SmashCon talking to Nintendo about a potential circuit. So I went over to him and I started talking to him about it, and I was like, I really want to do this. But, Ultimate was coming out in 4 months, so we needed to focus on that first, because that's going to be a huge wave of new players. We really got to prime the Smash scene and focus on the growth. So that's what we did, and that doesn't even include the fact that we moved Xanadu to a new amazing venue.
Right.
And that was a huge project in itself.
That just happened 4 months earlier before that SmashCon, or 3 months. So that actually put us in prime timeline of Smash Ultimate dropping, us able to do all of our events at Xanadu way bigger and better than we've ever done before. We were able to, bring Glitch up.
Because Glitch was like a 150-person tournament, and then we really wanted to push it to that next level in Ultimate. And then, Glitch 6 had 560 people, Glitch 7 had like 770, and now Glitch 8 had 930. And now we just announced Glitch Infinite, and we're really hoping to break 1,000 people for that event.
And then we were able to bring back Pound with the new venue. So we were able to do all that in 2019, as well as push our channel and our viewership to the next level, which was amazing. And 2019, even though nothing new was announced, what we were able to do in 2019 really just set the tone of okay, now's the time. 10 years ago or 11 years ago, we tried to do VGBC National Circuit.
VGBC National Circuit.
It's time to bring that one back, except obviously it's not the same thing. It's something we created with SmashCon, and it's the Smash World Tour. And we couldn't be happier so far.
We're so excited. June 2019, when we officially sat down with Justin and really started pushing forward. A couple months after that, we started having daily meetings. A month after that, 2 meetings a day, pushing forward. And keeping it under wraps while doing all of that was really hard, because we had to reach out to multiple events and make sure they stayed quiet, because we didn't want people to think it was happening until it was actually happening. Because the worst thing you can do, when this has happened so many times before, where it never came to fruition, is to do that, and then it doesn't happen, and everybody's like, oh, well, once again. So we just wanted to keep it quiet.
It also just makes people stop believing you. It's even though they can see you doing everything in your power to make something happen, when you tell them you're going to make something happen, you don't. Even though it's not your fault, no matter what the variables are, people lose faith in you. And it's we just didn't want to get everyone's hopes up and then, pull the rug from underneath them. That being said, I feel like this was the best kept secret in the Smash community ever.
And I just want to give a special shout out to Twitch and Smash GG, because we couldn't have done this without them. They've had their roots in the Smash scene for a very long time. I don't know if you guys remember this, but back in the day, a certain event, Twitch actually came in and swooped, along with obviously all the TOs, and helped move to a new convention center and paid for all of it. They've been with us the whole way. Obviously, Smash GG, it's where everyone does their events now. They have all the awesome e-commerce they do to help events grow and stuff. So we're just so happy to be partnering with them. They are the perfect partners to push this thing forward.
Essentially, this is all answering the question of why we're doing this and why now. And then the answer really is, it's something we've always been trying to do.
We've always wanted to do it.
And just now the stars aligned for us to be able to do it.
Yep.
Like we've been saying throughout the history of what we just brought you through of Smash, at no point was this something that people didn't want. The scene has always wanted this. Even before esports was a thing called esports, we knew we wanted something like this.
Yeah, and our first push back in 2014, with the help of the scene and all the TOs and all that, it was definitely the first big boost to push Smash to where we wanted to be. But, we were crazy for even pushing for that, because again, back when we were doing that, we were losing money every event we went to, and we were poor. It's not, we didn't have super good jobs. We found jobs that let us take time off.
Yeah.
And generally, when you have a job that's willing to let you take time off, it's not necessarily the highest paying job, because if it's a high paying job, then you're there all the time. We made that happen, and we just feel like this is the next step, because we want to raise all the tides, and we want to make Smash not only the biggest esport in the world, which I know is crazy. Saying that now, maybe you guys will come back to this and I was insane. Maybe I was right. Who knows?
Well, the biggest two.
Oh yeah, Smash, because we got technically we have 2 esports in one. Yeah, but this is the next step, and we want we want everyone who's involved, right, to be able to. I know, and again, this is crazy, but we want more people to be able to make a living off Smash. Because this might be one of the first super sustainable esports, because it's already sustainable as it is in its current place.
Well, let's talk about some of the decisions we made to make that happen. So one of the most important decisions I think we made was even though it's going to hit our pocket twice as hard, we don't really care. The finals, we're inviting out 31 players instead of 15 players. And a lot of events, games and stuff, you see their final group stages or whatever, it's usually like 16 teams, unless it's over multiple weeks. But like, the point is, we really were like, we need the top 32 to be what we make the story about. Obviously, the top 10 players have for years been like uplifted and been put on this pedestal. If you make top 10, it's like basically a guarantee you'll get a sponsor very quickly. We wanted to kind of boost that a little more because we don't really feel like it's a real thing to say that you can make this a living, but you have to be a top 10 player. We kind of wanted to expand that range a little bit, and what we're hoping with the 31 players being brought out and the 32nd player qualifying is that we'll expand the pool of players that teams see value in because of that, because that's cream of the crop once you get into those top 31 from placements. So we really want to like expand that idea, because right now we feel like even some people feel like if you're not even past top 5, you're not like worthy of being talked about. So we just want to make sure that like that kind of conversation expands to players a little further down in the rankings by emphasizing that.
Yeah, and this is something that might take a while to really to make that happen. It might be multiple years, but this is definitely the first step. This is what we need to start with to push it in that direction, and we're just really excited to have been the ones to do it for you guys. We worked really hard on this.
Very proud.
It was hard. It was really hard, but it was so worth it. And like, just to give an example, like we're at events like Glitch, but while Glitch is happening, we still have to work on SWT stuff and take calls and take meetings and stuff. It was a crazy last 3 months, to be honest. Like, we pulled our non-existent hair out. That's actually what
our beards grew fast. Pulling our hair out.
But we kind of just wanted to like be a little less formal with you guys and just let you know how excited we are to bring this to the Smash scene. And we're just really excited for this year. It's going to be one of the best years Smash has ever had. 2019 was one of our best years personally. So just like to be able to bring that energy into 2020 and just kill it, we're so excited to do that. And we're so excited for the Smash community.
You guys know we love Smash. We love you guys. We love the scene. We just want to take it to the next level. Not just players, which we've already just talked about, but we're hoping all the people in the grassroots scene have helped build the infrastructure of this scene. This will be one of many steps in the next few years where everyone can really start making this a real living with their lives. Just push, like he said, when the tide rises, all the ships rise.
Yeah.
We're really hoping that we're really helping create a very real economy for everyone who's been trying to make that happen, been living the dream, but living on fumes. I'm hoping this really gasses that up and really takes it to the next level, and that we can just see a lot more happy faces and a lot more happiness around the Smash community from the success that this is obviously going to bring to everyone involved.
Stay tuned for future updates on everything involving the tour in more official capacities. Obviously, this is my channel. This is a more relaxed and more non-formal video, but for any official announcements, you got to make sure you go to SmashWorldTour.com. Sign up for the email list if you want, and obviously follow Smash World Tour on Twitter.
And we got to get back to the lab.
The Tour Lab.
Back to the lab again. Oh no, back to the lab.